It's Dion. Hi. Wow, what a couple of time we've been having lately of 2020. Wow. Um, First, I just wanted to say thanks to all the folks and my friends who have continued to reach out, A, checking in to see how I'm doing, but B, really to have honest and open conversations. I continue to hear the question, um, I want to do more, but I don't know where to start. I want to say more, but I'm afraid of saying the wrong thing. What can one person do? What can I do? And so I keep having a lot of these conversations with y'all, and I love it. I will continue to do it, but I thought maybe I'll just put some of the discussions we've had in one place, and then it'll be a good spot to have. But what can you do? What can you be doing right now? What can you be doing right now? One, I'm not going to enumerate. Continue to learn and seek to understand through other people's experiences. Note that not everybody has the same experience, and to really just try to be open-minded, open-hearted, and listen to each other's experiences. Build more empathy. Understand that where someone comes from creates who they are and how they respond to certain activities or instances or situations. Have some empathy. Read, research. I'm happy to point you in the right direction. Ask me the way to the kitchen. I'm going to say, go there, but go feed yourself. You have just as much access as I do to look up things, get access to books, search, Twitter, Facebook, all your favorite social media things, news, whatever. Get out there, read and research. Be anti-racist with zero tolerance for those who are not. Take a stand, be the change. Okay, engage in more conversations like we're having. Ask for guidance when you get the words wrong. Be forgiving with yourself when you get the words wrong, when you're approaching with an open heart. I won't shame you for trying. We are looking for progress, not perfection. Okay, progress, not perfection. Actively talk to your children, your family, your friends, your coworkers about topics like privilege, bias, microaggressions, systems of oppression, intersectionality, where you guys interchange, and those responsibilities. Okay? Vote. Vote. Please vote. Vote for leaders that are going to demand equality and build programs for underserved communities. Okay? Super important. And you know what? If you are able, provide financial support to a lot of these nonprofits that are fighting racism right now and tomorrow and systems of oppression. If that's something you can do, great. But the important key thing is to find ways that are authentic to you. I'm always about finding your superpower, and everybody has special gifts and special talents. In this moment, do your inventory, understand what your talents are, your time, your resources, your spheres of influence, your networks. Find those spaces and try to use those tools in a way that's authentic to you to move forward in this time. If you want to march, march. If you want to speak up, speak up. If you want to donate money, donate money. If you want to put your body in front of a Black person's body to protect them from harm, do that. Okay? Authenticity here sustains the work. I'm an endurance athlete. This is an endurance event. Okay? We need you here for the long haul. Okay? When the intensity wanes, that's when we really need you to make sure that you have your foot on the gas and you keep this thing going. Okay, so when you were thinking about what can I do, how can I affect change, it's not only in this moment, okay, it's not only in this moment, but it is making changes that are going to be longer lasting than just this week or next week or the week after. How can you affect the systems in the long term to make changes? Okay? Authenticity here is going to sustain the work. If you're just, jumping on and being like, whoa, where's my flag? And then when you put the flag down, you're done and doing a change, you haven't helped us move the needle along. but figure out what it is that you have in your personal inventory that's going to help, and figure out ways to sort of use that in the engine to drive towards change. But it has to be authentic to you. Otherwise, it's not going to be sustainable. Okay. And helping one other person helps. Helping more than one person helps. Okay. But don't discount the micro steps in the right direction. Okay. Don't think it has to be this ginormous sweeping statement in order for it to make an impact. Okay. You can help one person and help us move the needle. Imagine if each one of us just helped one person in this, the impact that we can have over time. Okay. If you're looking for things like what can I do like right in this instance? The three big key things that are coming up right now are justice for what has happened. Okay. Making sure all those are responsible are brought through the justice process. Okay. Economic opportunity. That means, supporting Black-owned businesses. And that's one of those things that you can do now, but is a longer sustaining kind of action. Okay. So economic opportunity for those that have been disenfranchised for years. And then also really bipartisan police reform. Okay. We can all agree that there's work here to be done. Okay. And we have to figure out how to do that within the structure that we have before us today. We have to figure out if that structure is not going to allow us to do it, how we modify that structure, what leadership we have in those roles, which comes down to things like voting. And I, for one, was just having this conversation with several of you of, not really understanding at the local level, the city, the local levels of how those impact really the everyday things that are going on for us. And, those of us in Austin who are the little blue spot here, sometimes we feel like our vote isn't going to count, but it is, and it does, and especially becomes even more important at the lower levels of government. And so we really have to make sure that we're up to date. And this is an area of development for me right here, up to speed on who our candidates are, what they're standing for, and how they are positioned for some of these events that are going on right now. Okay. So this is, and I'm putting it out there for myself to hold myself accountable, is that I'm going to be gain some knowledge at the local level of what is going on, and how my vote matters, and how the leadership that I have elected is handling some of these situations. So that's on me. I hope you guys will join on that path too. But that is just one thing that I know that I can do right now, in addition to, whatever else is in your superpower. But please take some time to read, educate yourself on some of the other experiences that people are having, understand where they're coming from, and figure out what you have in your toolkit that can help us right now, that can help the entire society right now. And I guarantee you have a superpower that can make this happen. I had a conversation today with a teacher in Leander ISD, and she called me up and she was like, I don't know how to support the Black kids in my classroom without coming off as, being something that I don't want to be. How do I have those conversations? And we talked about how she has those conversations with her students. And then I challenged her, I was like, in addition, why don't you have a conversation with your principal? What's your school doing? So you need to take sort of the action right now, get the hot spot, and then figure out, okay, how can we prevent this moving forward? What long-term things can we put in place so that we don't have to come back to this point again? Because we keep coming back to the point, this same place. And that's what people are getting fired up about, right? That's what we get fired up about, is that we're still here. We're still having these same conversations. And we have to figure out how to do it differently so that we can make long-term sustainable change in behaviors in our communities. And, starts at home, with yourself, with your family, your children, your friends, your neighbors, and you just keep expanding your little Zorro circle out farther and farther. But you have to figure out ways that we can do it so it's going to be longer term. We need you for the long haul. We can't do it alone. We need your help. Allies wanted here. So if you want to call and we can chat and we can brainstorm about how you can help specifically right now with what you have in your toolkit right now, let's talk about that. And then let's also talk about what could you possibly do to continue that momentum moving forward. Maybe there's some skill sets that you need to go pick up that will enable you to do other things. Awesome. So now we're going to take a class. We're going to read a book. We're going to talk to some friends. We're going to listen to a panel. Awesome. Let's keep doing that. Let's keep sharing. Let's keep having honest, open conversations, difficult ones sometimes. Okay. We, may get to a point where you realize that you have perhaps had some missteps in your past in some of the things that you've said or done, either intentionally or unintentionally. But the point is, you are here now and you are willing to make a better change. Maya Angelou, our favorite, do the best you can until you know better. And when you know better, do better. Okay? I at least am not gonna be here and berate you over where you've been in your past. If you've had some errors, some hiccups and bumps, or downright wrong things. But if you are here now and ready to move forward, I am ready to be here and move forward with you and to do what I can with my toolkit to figure out how we move this thing forward together. So, vote. Vote! You have to get out and vote. Or, get yourself registered so that you can get other people to vote. That's what I'm going to be doing this Saturday. I hope you guys will join me. There is a virtual training so that you can do that. One of the upsides of the pandemic right now is that so many resources are now available virtually. You don't even have to leave your house. Okay, there's so many things you can do now that they have opened up so many things that you can do now from your home. You don't even have to go anywhere to get additional training, knowledge, all that good kind of stuff. More people are putting things online. You can find out more information now more than ever. So, use this time wisely and, educate yourself, connect with people. You can have, get groups of people together on Zoom and have a discussion, have the hard discussions. Okay, it's time to have the hard discussions. And it's okay if you're uncomfortable, and it's okay if it hurts a little bit. But sometimes looking at the ugly truth is a little bit hard, but you got to do that in order to make your way through. Figure out, what have I done wrong and how can I do better? Because you can only do the best you can with what you have at the time. But now you've got a little bit more. So you need to do a little bit more, okay? And for all of our folks who have participated in our Blackout Tuesday and have posted that on your social media, that's awesome. My challenge to you now is on this feed here, whatever, is write one thing, commit to one thing that you are going to do that Blackout Tuesday stands for. Just start with one. Just start with one. Doesn't have to be big. It can be small. But start with one thing, very concrete action that you are going to take. Put action behind those words. Put action behind the black square that you posted today. If everybody did just one thing, think how big of a movement we could have. I mean, come on. It could be strong and amazing, and we could totally make it happen. So, I want you to think about it. Think about your superpowers. Do your personal inventory. If you want to call me and we can have a chat about it, let's chat about it. Because sometimes you don't even know you have a superpower. I mean, quite frankly, this is sort of the crux of the whole white privilege situation, right? Is we've got lots of folks out there who don't even realize the elements that their privilege provides to them, right? And so this is a great opportunity to stop and really look at the fact that, yeah, I can walk through my neighborhood at night and not worry about it. Or the kind of conversation, I have with my son when he goes out driving his car at night is a lot different than perhaps somebody else's conversation what they have when they're driving their car at night alone. Think about those things. And then think about, again, your superpowers. Like, what do I do? Who do I know? What am I good at? I'm good at accounting. I'm good at law. I'm good at organizing people. I'm good at gathering donations. Whatever. You all have something in there that you can do. You collect food. You are a good networker. You can put two people together and they can make it happen. I promise you, there is something very unique and authentic and special about you and your skill sets and the way they're put together that can create something amazing in support of this effort. And so let's brainstorm about it. We can chat, we can do it, and together we can do more. So I think that's it. It's a tough time right now, and we need your help. We need your help. We can't do it alone, and there's a right way to do things, and there's a wrong way to do things, and there's a productive way to do things, and there's things that happen when people get fed up and tired and cannot fathom how to get through this time. So we have to figure out a better way, and we have to work together to do it. So join me. Probably should have had a cheer pulled out together. Vote, 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 vote. But let's figure it out. We can do it. I believe in you. I believe in us. We're going to make it happen. Okay. Blackout Tuesday. Let's do this, people. Write in the comments one thing. Just start with one thing. One concrete thing. That's a long-term action that will help us move this crisis and this issue in the right direction. One thing. That's all I'm asking. One thing. Okay? Okay. All right. Vote. Don't forget to vote. And figure out who you're voting for and why. That's on my list.